What's up, my friends? How are you guys doing today? Hope you're all having a fantastic day wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. Hope you're loving yourself and loving the ones you're with, because that is what life is all about, being kind to one another and helping one another, guys. Today we are talking about a movie from 1957. You saw the poster a second ago. You saw the box art. If you couldn't tell, that stars Andy Griffith. Guys, this is directed by Elia Kazan, and this is A Face in the Crowd. Before we get into this, hit that like and subscribe button for me, because this, I think, is probably Andy Griffith's magnum opus. Like, I've seen a few movies where, Andy Griffith isn't Andy Griffith. He's not the sheriff of Mayberry or the indomitable Southern small-town bird lawyer Matlock. He is, in this, he is an up-and-coming country western singer, and it feels a lot like, in my opinion, it feels like A Star Is Born, but in like a male sense, and in a sense where he's kind of just a bumpkin. He's just a podunk, living life, loving life. He winds up getting noticed. He makes it big, and then fame takes a hold of him. And we start seeing the downfall of the superstar, where he is basically, he's reached this pinnacle where, he can say and do whatever. He's a womanizer. He likes to drink. He's, basically, we're watching him go the route of a lot of famous people who were started off as nothing and then rose to fame meteorically, and it just kind of consumed their life, and it eventually led to their downfall, their demise. And this is a perfect example of that. And it stars Andy Griffith, like I said. It stars Patricia Neal, and it has Walter Matthau in it. In one of his earlier roles, he was very young in this. And I enjoyed the acting. I thought Andy Griffith was phenomenal in this, because he has that innocent, country boy kind of vibe about him. He can play it off very easily. He can perform it easily, because I feel like that was kind of him. That was who he was that good-natured country boy. I don't know him personally, but from what I've seen from other people who did know him, they said he was incredibly kind, all that good stuff. So I feel like that was easy for him to achieve acting, is that good-natured personality. But then when he gets famous and he starts basically like womanizing and getting married to all these different women in different states and just craziness like that, we really see kind of a sinister side of him. And, the only other time that I've really ever seen him sinister like that was Murder in Coweta County, where he was opposite Johnny Cash. And this is one of the only other times, like I said, that I've seen him actually be something other than a nice, congenial person. And so to see him, basically telling people to get out of his life, or using people just to get what he needs from them and then casting them aside. For instance, Patricia Neal's character, there is this chemistry between them. She helps to run his ventures, basically, but also at the same time, they have a more intimate relationship, and he's like, I can't do nothing without you. I love you. I need you to be my wife. And then he comes back from a tour, and he's got this, beautiful 17-year-old wife all of a sudden. And it's like, whoa, what happened? So you see the sinister nature of the business through him with her and his other acquaintances, because he has other people that he knows that he does the same things to. And it's really like, is he that good country bumpkin, or has he always been this conniving, manipulative scumbag that he winds up being in the film? And so I loved the writing in this. I thought the writing was phenomenal. The interactions and chemistry between Andy Griffith and Patricia Neal and all the other supporting cast was fantastic. And I honestly think that the story itself was a little bit ahead of its time. And I say that just because of the subject matter it dealt with, because the things that it dealt with were kind of on the seedy side of the entertainment industry, and not really being explored at that time in the mid-50s. And so I think that it it pushed a boundary in some way. Even though it wasn't like some films today, it was very much, it would rile people up, I would think, if they were, of a certain mindset, just because of the subject matter. But I thought it was great. I actually saw this on my television, but it was one of those, it's been edited for TV kind of films, and so I was like, I want to see the real thing. And luckily, you can find it on Tubi if you really want to check it out, because that's where I watched it at. So I checked it out on Tubi, and like I said, it blew me away with Andy Griffith's acting, the way that he was able to go from bumpkin to manipulative scumbag. It was just a very well-made film for the 50s. I mean, it's black and white. It's not Technicolor or anything like that, but it is well worth your time. I highly recommend you check it out. It is, especially if you like Andy Griffith, if you like him at all, if you're a fan, this would be something you need to check out, guys. But thanks so much for hanging out with me. Hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. And as always, my friends, I'm going to keep making them as long as you keep watching them. Peace out. God bless you, and I will see you soon.